When you look at the Daryl Dixon bike, one of the things that you see on here around the engine are some little engine guards. And the engine guards themselves are actually pretty simple to make. When I looked at it, real close, it looked like it consisted of basically round steel, which I ended up picking up over at Home Depot, and worked out pretty good. The actual sizes on it, I'll grab my ruler here. The thickness of this looks like about an eighth of an inch, so, or it might be 3/16. But whatever close you can get, you'll see it when you get over there. And what I did was, on each side, I cut 3 sections, right? 1, 2, 3. Made them the same size, same length. Bent the ends. The ends I bent to be about an inch. Yeah, about an inch. I was shooting for an inch long at the end here. And they all came out pretty close. And I used my my vise for that. Right. So bent those over, and then created some up and down section pieces here. Right. And each of these, so the length of the ones that I got here for the bike itself are 9.5 inches long, okay? And then you add an extra inch and a quarter or so because you got your bend here. So you're looking at about 11 inches long, probably each one, right? And then these guys coming up ended up being about 4 inches up with about a ½ inch to an inch piece between my curves. So you're probably looking at about a 5-inch section here. You can go up a little bit. So then you got to bend these on the bottom. So put a little bend on the bottom, go up on each one of these, and then you got to weld this thing together. So to weld it together, you're going to use your vise and kind of basically do once you get the first one on here, then the other one should follow suit pretty good. I put a slight little angle to this so it conforms with the bike a little bit on each side. And then, of course, at the end, once you get these welded up, then you want to spray it with just clear coat. I just clear coat it, and it's perfectly fine. Now, to mount it to the bike, you got these bolts on the engine, and you just take these off and you put a tab on there. So the tabs themselves are a piece of 1/8 of an inch flat steel, like I use in other sections of the bike. Try to get close up with that. All right. And so all I did here was made it just long enough to go past the nut and allow for the bracket, the support bracket here, to come down and curve over and weld that on. Now, this is the second time I did this. The first time I did it was with some thinner steel, and the welds came loose when I was hauling the bike down to a bike rally, and one of these pieces flew off. So I went ahead and just redid them. All right, so don't use something thin. Make sure you get the 1/8 steel. The catch is, and this is why I'd use the thin stuff to begin with, when you go to put this over here, you got this little lip in the way, right? See that little lip there below the nut? You're going to end up having to grind this section close to the nut down so that it's thin enough to fit inside here, and you're gonna have to curve it around to make it match, okay? It'll take you a little bit, but in the long run, you're gonna be so much happier that you got this thicker steel out here, because when you do this weld, you may just melt right through this thing and it may not work very well. So I really welded the heck out of it later on. So this tab, you gotta make this tab, make it so it comes right past the edge of the actual engine right here, and then weld your support brackets on, and then you should be good to go. And then again, like I said, make sure you clear coat it before you put it on the bike.